DurchBurch.
DurchBurch! 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 With all of the hype surrounding Smash Ultimate's inclusion of new third-party characters like Simon and Richter Belmont, I thought I'd take this chance to make a video on the third-party characters I'd most like to see added to the game. All of these characters have had their series represented on Nintendo consoles or handhelds, or both, at one point or another. I didn't want to repeat any companies either, so when I discuss a character from one, don't expect any others. While I'd love to have as many as possible, I went for the ones that I felt could be the most iconic and unique representatives of their respective companies and games. Doomslayer! If someone had told me 3 years back that Super Smash Bros. Could someday have the famed Doom guy, I would have laughed the notion off. Then Doom came to the Switch, and now Doom Eternal is coming. And with all of this Doom hitting the Switch, if any time's the time to add the Doomslayer to Smash, I think it's now. I mean, this isn't even the first time the franchise has reared its gory head on Nintendo consoles either. Doom released on the SNES, Nintendo 64, and Game Boy Advance back in the day. And while it's cool to see it back, I also think it's a strong enough series to work its way into Smash. And who's better to represent it than the iconic Doomslayer? Steve! I know, Minecraft has lost its luster these days, but its releases on Nintendo consoles and handhelds have still been pleasant surprises. The aesthetic is so iconic, and with Nintendo and Microsoft being in a relatively good place right now, Minecraft probably having helped, I think there's a strong possibility that Steve could mine his way into the roster. There's so many possibilities for his moveset, and his unique art style would be welcome. Not to mention that his sound effects would be pretty hilarious. I mean, the only groan of pain more iconic than Steve's is the Roblox oof. So Lair! Insert praise the sun memes here. You might be wondering why I would pick the meme character as a Dark Souls representative for Smash. And it's pretty straightforward actually. Lair already has an amiibo, an iconic pose, and a unique design. He may be a meme, but he's got some potential. Like, his moveset would likely be at least somewhat based on your main character's moveset in Dark Souls, but there's no Dark Souls character who's more well known in design or personality, or at all. Hunter! Okay, so this fighter is the one I'm most expecting to actually make it in from this list, but it's not quite the one I'd like to see the most. With the addition of the Rathalos boss and assist trophy, it would only be fitting to add its Hunter to the game. Just imagine the adorable potential victory animations with a Palico or two running around, goofing off. It would be great. Not to mention that there are so many weapon sets in Monster Hunter that I think each one could lend its handle to the Hunter's moveset. Okay, that pun was awful. Moving on. Diablo. Nintendo and Blizzard just announced that Diablo 3 was coming to the Nintendo Switch, and with a special Ganondorf armor set to boot. When Blizzard's own senior producer Pete Stillwell was asked in a recent Game Informer interview about which Blizzard character they'd like to see join Smash Ultimate's roster, he responded, "Personally, yeah, I'd love to have Diablo. That to me is the immediate one. Then, if we had overtime, eventually the heroes, go through all of them. Or you could go really awesome and only have Deckard Cain." While Deckard would be an absolutely hilarious addition to the roster, I personally feel like he said it right with starting with Diablo. I mean, Diablo is one of the most iconic villains in, well, Diablo. It's named after him after all. I personally feel like there's a lot the Lord of Terror could bring to Smash. Like, just imagine a trailer for him in one of Blizzard's famous cinematic engines. Diablo is walking through the burning hells. He hears many heavy footsteps approaching. Diablo snarls, expecting a resident of the burning hells, maybe Asmodan or the Butcher. Something large flies past his head. He turns. No one's there. He roars in unholy fury, confused and angered by what's happening. He turns back. Ridley is standing there, eyeing Diablo up and down. Diablo swipes at him, and Ridley dodges deftly. Diablo chases him down, eventually turning a corner around a massive spire, and there before him stands Ridley. But he's joined by some cohorts now. Bowser, King K. Rool, King Dedede, Ganondorf, and all of the other major villains from the Smash Ultimate roster are standing there. Suddenly you hear the most terrifying cry of all. "Hi, I'm Daisy." Diablo looks down. Sure enough, there's Daisy holding a little envelope with a Smash logo on its seal. Okay, alright, that's enough daydreaming. I want Diablo, okay? Look, I know this list is mostly wishful thinking, but so were half of the new characters that have made it into Smash Ultimate so far. It's amazing just how many characters are coming to this game that no one would ever have imagined actually making it into the game. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is looking to be, just as its name would suggest, the true Ultimate Smash Bros. Experience. And it's the only game that has had me and so many others at this hype level in a while. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you want to see more of my content, there's a video on the left and a video on the right. Feel free to subscribe to my channel to check out more of my videos in the future as they come. Bye!